time. So we want to get started on time. Thank you guys for giving us 30 minutes of your evening. We're going to go over several different things this evening. The main thing we're going to focus on is people that have caught a vision and have seen the opportunity with Zingular and what it's done for them and what it can do for you. So let me share my story real quick with you. I'm Stacy Loftus from West Virginia, and I've been with Zingular for a little over 8 years. Was very skeptical in getting started, like most of you guys. When the business opportunity was introduced to me, more skeptical. I'm so thankful that I was not closed-minded, and I looked into it and caught the vision that I could retire at the age of 46 from the police department that I worked for. Over the last 8 years, we have been so blessed to do a lot of great things with the extra income. We have remodeled our house. We have paid off debt. We've paid off vehicles early. We have donated more money to charities and people on a personal, private level that no one knows but us and them. And being able to have that extra income is so amazing, to be able to do the things that we just couldn't do before. And now with being retired, it's opened up a lot of time freedom to where I get to spend a lot more time with my family and my little grandson who's running around here somewhere. So if you guys hear somebody squeal, it's my 3-year-old grandson. So just laugh and enjoy it. So first of all, I want to bring on Amy Fuller. She is an executive with our company. She lives in Texas. She's a mama of 3 girls, married to her high school sweetheart. And before Zingular, she ran her own woman's boutique business or clothing business for about 5 years. So, and another thing I love about Amy is she has a heart as big as Texas as well. So Amy, jump on and share your story with us.
Thank you so much. Yes, so shout out to all my Texas people on tonight. That's amazing. We represent big. So I was a hard no for 4 years. My mom is with this company and was with it for 4 years. And I said no to her over and over and over because I had my online boutique, which was my passion. And it wasn't until I started personally having some health issues with my thyroid and stuff that finally I gave in. I was like, okay, I know these products work. And so I jumped on board. And when I came in as a distributor. And it wasn't because I was wanting to do the business. It was more so to keep myself like accountable, because I'm like a competitive person. So I knew if I am all in with this, I'm going to do my best at this, so that is why I came on as a distributor. Which is $50. And how cheap is that to like start a business? I mean, with my boutique, it cost me thousands of dollars. And then I've done another company like this before, and it cost me thousands of dollars. So I was a big no. But then I saw that I can make double what I was making with my boutique and have a lot more time freedom with this company. And so I started going for it, and I saw the travel opportunity. And with this company, Travis and I barely got to travel maybe once a year. And so with this, we've got to travel all over the place. It's been amazing. But I will tell you, like, the great thing about having this as you're the CEO of this business is because, first of all, it's only $50 to enroll. And we have our own shipping department. So like, you're not in charge of shipping. Like with the boutique, I was having to pack everything myself. With this, we've got people that do that, and they ship it out. And if there's an issue, if something goes wrong, then guess what? Zingular headquarters takes care of it for us. It's not all on me, so all I have to do is share my story and make money off of it. I mean, how awesome is that? We already, will go and try out a new restaurant and tell people all about it, but they don't pay us for it. All this is the same exact thing. We're on these amazing products, and all we're doing is sharing that. And then we're earning commissions just by sharing our story. And so I love that. I love this. The way the comp plan is set up with this company is amazing, because better the whole company does, the better we do as individuals as well. So I love that it's laid out like that, because the culture of having all of us sister and brother lines like working together, even though we're not connected, I feel like we all like team up and are supportive of each other, and it's amazing. I love that about this company. And so I will tell you, like, the culture of this company is so amazing that I'm able to share my faith, and others, you know, lift me up in prayer. And if I'm going through a hard time, then I'm able to reach out to my Zingular friends and family, and they are there to support me. And so if I didn't make another dime with this company, I would stay in it because of the community, because the people are stinking amazing, and you feel a part of something, and it's awesome. So that is all I have for tonight.
Awesome, Amy. And you know, one of the great things I love you talking about is the culture of the company, because I think if you ask everybody across the board what they love about the company, one of the first things they're going to say is the culture of how we help each other out. Just like everybody on this Zoom tonight, Jill and I are the only 2 team members on here, and the rest of us are cross lines, but we come together to help each other out and to share our stories with everyone that we can share our stories with. And real quick, what did you think about getting together at XLC when it's the first time we've been together in a year and a half? How was that?
Oh my gosh, that just like really lit my fire. And if you're on this and you're already a distributor, I would encourage you to show up to every event available, because whatever you're pouring in comes out, and it really does fire you up and really pushes your business to the next level. And I just love that we get to be world changers, you know, and that's by impacting one life at a time. And that's an amazing thing to be a part of.
Absolutely. Amy, thank you so much for taking a few minutes and sharing with us tonight.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So next up is Jill Ament. Jill, if you would unmute yourself. And Jill and I did not know each other before Zingular. Just to give you a real quick story of how we met. A mutual friend of ours got started on the program, introduced me to Jill, and I go up to Alaska to hold a meeting. And the day before the day of the meeting, that morning, she takes me out salmon fishing. And we had never met before. So I'm thinking, how cool is this? Someone that really doesn't know who I am. She'd been on the products for a little bit, and she had heard my name, but had never met me, to take me salmon fishing. And that's just kind of person Jill is. She has such a big heart. She loves to help people. And just to give you a little background on her before I bring her on, I already told you she's from Alaska. She is a gold director with the team. She is a single mom. She's also a nurse, and she's getting ready to move to Arizona here in a few weeks. So Jill Hunt, if you would come on, and I'll also add in, she is one of the most driven people that I know.
Hi guys. Can you hear me okay, Stacy? Because I was having some issues with video feed just a little bit ago.
Nope, you're good. Go for it.
Okay, yeah. Well, now that Stacy's told you my whole story. So yeah, when I got started with Zingular, I got started with the products only. I was not interested in the business whatsoever. Like he said, I'm a nurse, and I was a single parent, and I had my hands full taking my kid to comp hockey, and I worked 12-hour shifts at the hospital. So I was busy. I was excited about the results that I had, but that was it. And so I met Stacy, like he said. Our friend asked me to just take him fishing, and you know, come put a butt in a seat at one of the meetings that night. And of course, it was held at one of our famous local bars, so I was definitely there for that event. But Stacy and I had a really good time. Just to give you a background on me, when Stacy met me, I was really going through a tough time, a real hardship. Like he said, I was a single parent. I was really struggling at the time, borrowing from Paul to pay Peter. And I actually got to the point where my ex wasn't supporting myself or my son, and I had my car repossessed. So I was really in one of the lower parts of my life when I met Stacy. I was looking for a second job. And again, sharing the products is not part of what I ever thought of. So when Stacy presented the opportunity for me, I was open, and I feel like God blessed me really with our opportunity at the right time. My kid played comp hockey. Like I was always busy. So Stacy gave me some really simple steps and some really simple things to do that I could do from my phone in my spare time with my busy schedule. And I was able to start helping some of my friends and family, which is something as a nurse that I'm passionate about anyway. So when that started rolling along, it really, not only did it help me in my personal life, but it really filled my heart to be able to help my friends and family reach goals that they were looking for. I tell you what, those first few checks that I got really like saved my life. There were times when I was wondering how I was going to put food on the table. And mind you, there's only 2 of us, but it is so expensive in Alaska. It's really expensive to live here. The cost of living is super high. So just having a few extra bucks was just like super huge for me. So thanks to Zingular, I have absolutely turned over that leaf. I feel like my life is so much fuller. My son's life is so much fuller. We don't have to worry about simple things like that anymore. And like before I started with Zingular, I had been on one vacation in my entire life. My husband took us to Hawaii. It must have been 12 years ago now. My son was only about 9 years old, I think. So that was the one and only vacation I've been on in my life. Since I've been with Zingular, I leave my state at least 4 times because it's cold here. I leave my state at least 4 times a year. I get to travel with all of the people that you see here on Zingular. I was down in Orlando with them last weekend. So blessed. I would not have been able to do that. There's no way I would have been able to come up with the funds for that if it was not for Zingular. I get to go back and see my family when I want to. My dad passed unexpectedly a year and a half ago. I wouldn't have had the money to make that trip back. I mean, it's things that are important to us and simple that a lot of us can't afford, and myself included. That trip back to Kansas City would not have been possible had I not been involved with Zingular. So again, Stacy said I'm moving to Arizona. I'm moving down there to be closer to my family. My family lives down there now. I grew up in Kansas City, so I'm blessed. I'm blessed that I have an amazing group of friends and family and team here in Alaska, and I get to travel down to Arizona to be closer to my family now. And I'm really excited that I got this opportunity. It's meant the world to my life.
Oh, thank you, Jill. And one of the things you've talked about was a lot of traveling that you weren't able to do before. And I know this because we traveled a lot together. Some of the trips that you've went on have been free from the passport program that you've worked hard and earned. So that's another great incentive.
Those are incredible trips. Those are incredible trips, and to bring someone that I cared about with me for free was awesome. It was really awesome.
Yes, and guys, if you don't understand the passport program, it's trips that you earn as you hit ranks and move forward through the company, and the company pays for 2 people to go. It's not just yourself, it's 2 people. Airfare, the food, the lodging, the drinks, everything included in there. So the company is real gracious to us when it comes to traveling. So thank you, Jill, for jumping on and joining. I appreciate that. The next person up is one of our youngest gold executives in the company at the age of 25, is Maddie Walsh. And she is a new mama and lives in a small town in Kansas. And let me tell you, you're talking about a fireball. This girl is a fireball. I love to hear her talk. I love to hear her train. And I'm super excited for you joining us tonight, Maddie. So take it away, girl.
Well, thank you so much, Stacy. Guys, I am so excited and honored to get the opportunity to share with you guys how this opportunity has changed my life, what it's done for my life, and what it's done for my future. So I want to start by taking you guys back to revisit who I was and where I was before Zingular became a part of who I am today. So at the time, I was a full-time college student working as a waitress, doing all the things that society told me that I needed to do to be successful someday. Well, the problem was, to be honest, I was miserable. I felt like I was waking up every day, just going through the motions of life, spending thousands of dollars to get a piece of paper that ultimately wasn't going to satisfy or fulfill the desires of my heart. And it wasn't going to be able to set me up to be able to impact and experience this world in a way that really excited me at my core. Now, little backstory, this company has actually been in my life for a really long time. I actually saw firsthand this exact opportunity right here take my own mother from struggling raising 7 kids. Yes, I'm one of 7, little psychotic, but God had a plan. Struggling raising 7 kids, running 2 full-time businesses in a small town, living less than paycheck to paycheck, just drowning in debt, really scary place, to being able to create a life-changing income around the chaos of running 2 businesses and raising 7 kids. Zingular gave my mom freedom back in her life. It gave her options and the ability to say yes to us and have more fun in her life again. And so with that being said, I've never been skeptical of what this industry can do for people's lives. I saw firsthand it completely changed my family's life. But I never thought that I had what it took to be successful at something like this. Now, I've been with the company for 4.5 years, and who I am today is not even recognizable to the woman that I was 4.5 years ago. This company and this culture and this community has taken me in and grown me and believed in me when I didn't believe in myself, and has shaped me into the woman that I'm so proud to be today. So fast forward, I'm in college, I'm struggling, and my mom decides that she is going to take me on the annual trip that Zingular hosts for its distributors. Every year, Zingular puts on an event, regardless of the time that you've been with the company, your rank, anybody can earn this trip. I actually met someone on this trip who earned this trip in 1 month, Holly Parrish. I actually have girls on my team. Brittany, she earned her trip in 1.5 months, and Madison Ward earned this trip in 3 months. So anyways, what I thought was a really cool early birthday present to me actually turned into an experience that completely changed my life forever. On this trip, I don't know if I told you, we went to this beautiful 5-star resort in Costa Rica. And on this trip, I couldn't unsee or unhear the things that God exposed me to. I met other average, ordinary people who were living a life of fun with friends, being their own boss, literally sitting poolside or beachside, getting paid every single day in another country by Zingular. And, they were just in control of their life. And so I came home from that trip and I decided it doesn't matter how long it takes me, I am going to find a way to make this possible for me. I am going to be willing to get uncomfortable and do things that scare me, to grow into who I need to become, to have this be my full-time thing. Because, I saw this life that I could get with my degree, and then I saw this life that I could get with Zingular. And it was not a hard decision which one I was going to run towards with every part of me. Now, I don't know if I told you this, but like I said, I'm completely changed. The reason I didn't think that I could be successful here was because I naturally am an extremely introverted person. Getting outside of my comfort zone used to terrify me. And 4.5 years ago, I was suffering from debilitating social anxiety. So doing what I've done here has, taken me leaps and bounds. And I'm just so grateful. So I came home from that trip. I'm like, all right, Mom, I'm doing this. I'm willing to get uncomfortable. I'm willing to grow because I saw the vision of where this could take me. And so I came home from that trip. And within a month of coming home, I hit my first rank with the company. Now, what that means is I was earning enough to cover the cost of my products, and it covered my water and electric bill. Within 3 months of coming home from that trip, I was earning enough to cover all that plus my rent. And I actually had earned my first all expense paid trip for 2 with our company. Now, fast forward to this last February of 2020, my husband and I were going through a life transition, and we were relying solely on the income that I was bringing in with my Singular business. And one day I got on and I checked our checking account, and we had $500 in our checking account. And I was like, all right, I've got to show up in a bigger way and take this opportunity that I've got at my fingertips to the next level. So in a time, if you guys can remember, in a time where it felt like everyone that I knew was either being laid off or losing incomes, Singular grew by 600% and my business exploded. I think, COVID-19 took this world and turned it upside down. I think probably then more than ever, people realize that your 9-to-5 job is not job security. The only real job security is having multiple streams of income. Okay. So my Singular business exploded, and now I get to live that life that I caught a vision of several years ago. I get to be my own boss. I get to be here with I have a almost 4-month-old baby. I get to be here every day with her, to raise her, to be here for those special moments and for my future kids' special moments. I get to teach my kids about this world we live in, not through books, but through taking them places and letting them see with their own eyes. I've earned 6 all expense paid trips with the company. The 2 that I'm most excited about are Bora Bora and Dubai, pinch me. And we're just getting started, you guys. This community is the most amazing thing that I have ever been a part of. And it just is a blessing continuously. So I don't know why you're on here tonight. I don't know if you're a distributor already or you're just taking a look at our opportunity. But if you feel like you're waking up every day, going through the motions, punching the clock, but there's something inside of you that is hungry for more freedom, for more experiences, for more memories, for better community that's going to lift you up, this is the vehicle that is going to take you from where you are right now to where you want to be. And the sky is truly the limit. So thanks for letting me share my story. I can't wait to see what happens for you guys after tonight.
Awesome. Thank you, Maddie. Like I said, she's a fireball. And Maddie, one of the things I loved you talking about is, not just about the income, but the person that you have become thanks to Singular, that it's helped you get out of your comfort zone. Your confidence has grown absolutely, just is skyrocketed. And, and I can hear that in your voice. I can see that in how you carry yourself. And that's one of the things that we enjoy doing, is not just helping people earn extra money or free trips, but it's also to help grow them, help them be able to enjoy life like they never thought they could do before. And like you said, sky's the limit. Singular is a very young company. We've only been around 11 years. It's a baby company. So if you're on here and you're thinking about, is this the right fit for me? Should I get started? Should I not? There's nothing to lose. There's really nothing to lose. But what I'm going to do before I go any further is I'm going to have my good friend Melissa come on here, Melissa Adams. She is going to close us out. And Melissa and I we've become brother and sister pretty much. And we work together daily. We're not on the same team. That's the great thing about the company, is we have so many great people to work with. And she is another fireball. The believability that she puts in people is amazing. That is just a natural, God-gifted talent that she has. And she is from Georgia. She is an executive with the company. And I also like to call her my travel buddy, because we have traveled to a lot of different places, including Dubai together. Who wouldn't want to go to Dubai? So Melissa, if you would, hon, come in here and close us out.
didn't even know where Dubai was, y'all. I didn't even have a passport when I started. But thank you so much, Stacy. I'm so thankful to have you as my business partner and one of my very best friends. And thank you, Maddie and Amy and Jill. And you guys, you've heard these people. These are real people. These are real, ordinary people who are doing extraordinary things, and they are making amazing, life-changing income with this company. And I want, if you don't hear anything else that was said tonight, I want you to hear this right now. You can do this too. There's nothing different about you than there is about someone else who has done it. So I've been a part of Zingular for about 6 years. I came from corporate America. I was really busy. I didn't have time to do any of this. I was traveling 3 to 4 days a week, but I found a way in the nooks and crannies of my day to fit this in on a daily basis. And what happened was, all of a sudden, just like Maddie said, just a few months in, I was paying a car payment. I was getting my products paid for. And I really thought that honestly, I had never done anything like this before, ever. And I didn't think this was going to be real money, but I was going to tell everybody anyways, because I fell in love with what the products did for me. And so when they started paying me real money, I was paying my car payment. Then all of a sudden it was my house payment. Then all of a sudden I was making a part-time income in the nooks and crannies of my day. And I decided what would happen if I was to take this seriously and really start focusing on it. And 1 year and 2 weeks later, 2 years and 2 weeks from the day I started, I walked away from a 25-year career in corporate America that I had worked my tail off to get to the level that I was at, making the same income that I was making with Zingular. And a year later, there is no way if I'd worked another 25 years with that company that they could have paid me in raises what I was making. It has been absolutely life-changing. I turned 50 several months ago now, and I am completely debt-free. I don't owe anybody 1 red cent, and it feels amazing. And this is after working for someone since I was 14 years old. Never in a million years dreamed that before I turned 50 years old, I would be my own boss, making my own hours and making income that is just, most people can't even fathom. It started off with making one decision, starting one day, putting one foot out and taking a leap of faith and believing in the person who believed in me. Believing that I could do something more than what I was doing now. And what would just $500 extra to your family look like? They say that $500 can be the difference between the money running out before the month does, or having to rob Peter to pay Paul, or living paycheck to paycheck. $500 a month. Would it be not cringing when you slid your car to get your groceries for fear that hopefully it will go through? Would it be being able to buy new clothes and not feeling guilty about it? What about paying off a credit card or a lot of credit cards? What about taking your family on vacation? Every time that Disney commercial comes on the TV, how many of y'all's kids look at that and say, Mom, I want to go to Disney World, and you can't do it because you don't have the income to do it? What about having savings account with actual money in it? Long time I didn't have even a savings account. What about just regular, every ordinary day expenses that happen? Your tires, you need new tires for your car. You need expenses for your vehicle. Somebody needs braces. You have student loans you need to pay off. You have extra experience. What about an appliance going out in your house? Those kind of extra added expenses are what puts so much stress on a family that $500 extra a month would do. But for me, it was more about the time freedom that this has given me. What would extra time, like Maddie said, she gets to stay home with that beautiful baby and nobody else has to raise her. Maddie gets to do that because of this opportunity. For me, I was able to be at the birth of both of my grandbabies, and I could stay at her house for 2 weeks. I didn't have to ask off work. I just did it because I could. My mom went through some health scare. She had open heart surgery, and we didn't have to bring anybody else in to help her. I was able to stay over there for 2 months and be there and help her and do what they needed to do because of this. I'm able to take spontaneous trips with my husband. If we just say we want to go, we can go. I don't have to ask anybody. I don't have to ask off work. It's spending time making memories with the people who mean the most to you in your life, instead of spending all day with the coworkers who care less once you're gone. It's about not being a number, because that's what I was. I was in corporate America. My job could have been replaced the next day. And I was spending so much time pouring into that when I got home, I was giving my family what was left of me. And now I can give them the best of me. So ask yourself, why not you? You only need to take one step by yourself, and that's to say yes. And after that, we are going to lock arms with you and help you do what you need to do exactly what Maddie and what Amy and what Jill and what Stacy and I are doing. Don't settle for mediocrity in your life. You are one decision away right now from the greatness God has put right in front of you. And this is an opportunity that doesn't come along. And when you've got an opportunity right in front of you, grab it and go and figure it out later. You're not here by accident. So I want you to get off here and I want you to message the person who invited you. If you're already a customer, message your customer and message your coach and say, I'm in. If you're already a distributor and you're doing this as a hobby, go for it. See what happens. Don't let fear stop you and keep you in the same place that you've always been. It's yours for the taking. Just have the courage to stop living vicariously through somebody else, because a lot of you do that, and start being the one that people watch and being the one that is living the dreams, because your dreams can become a reality. You just have to want it and you just have to ask it. Have the faith that you're worthy of an amazing life and you can have it. We love you. We want you to come X with us, and you guys have a good night.